The first settlers like John Yoakum in 1859 farmed the Ralston and Clear Creek river valleys, where they could turn the soft soil with a spade fork. John Reno claimed a 160-acre homestead in 1860, probably the first in the area. The next wave of settlers claimed land further from the river and used sodbuster plows to break up tough, matted buffalo grass. In 1868, pioneer William Graves brought steam-powered threshing machines to the valley. This modern technology separated the grain from stalks and leaves, increasing harvesting capacity and the size of fields. Graves moved his fleet of threshing machines from farm to farm. Farm wives helped each other daily to serve 3 generous meals to the crews. It was a time of community sharing and cooperation. Almost all the land within view of town is cultivated, and no finer view can be had than when the golden harvests are attacked by hundreds of mowers and reapers at the proper season. Rocky Mountain News, March 16, 1884. Water for everyone. Clean water was crucial to Arvada's early growth. The ditch irrigation system that first provided Arvada's drinking water was replaced in 1870, with the first well hand dug to 90 feet. This shallow well was replaced in 1887 when a steam-powered drilling rig dug a 592-foot well. A windmill pumped the water to Arvada households and businesses. The water tower in front of you, built in 1910, was celebrated as the area's first water tank. As part of Arvada's first municipal water system, the water tower was connected to 2 deep artesian wells. This assured Arvadans that a safe and abundant gravity-fed water supply to support the town's future growth. Used until 1975, the tower can be seen for miles and has become a symbol for historic Old Town Arvada. At the dedication ceremony in 1910, the Arvada Fire Department staged a water fight to demonstrate the water pressure provided by the new tank. The winning team skillfully used their hose to force a ball across the loser's goal line. I would have loved to have seen that. In the newly settled Arvada area, landowners used gold mining ditches as irrigation ditches, and crop farming and ranching flourished. In 1860, George C. Swadley grew Arvada's first successful crop, onions. Pioneer families followed his lead, reaping rich harvests of grain, fruit, and vegetable crops. Hungry gold camp miners and Denver city dwellers were a ready market for Arvada crops. U.S. presidents have dined on Arvada's famous Pascal celery. The irrigation water from Ralston and Clear Creeks were so precious that people claimed rights to its use. Ditch companies were the first form of self-government in the Arvada area. As early as 1859, they established water rights for their users. Ditch irrigation is still important today for the many active farms near Arvada. Ditch riders on horseback regularly monitor the water use. The old mill. Flour was a staple for pioneers and settlers before the First World War. Horses and wagons pulled Arvada's wheat to flour mills in Denver. These trips added hours to the wheat harvest. An easier harvest. Eugene Benjamin filled Arvada's need when he opened a steel-clad flour mill in 1926. Just think, this flour mill was dug and used and built with hand tools. Eugene Benjamin filled Arvada's need when he opened his steel-clad flour mill in 1926. He had great faith in Arvada's future and selected a prime location on the railroads right away. Benjamin bagged his quality flour in colorful printed sacks, and the material was sewn into clothes by his thrifty customers. The name of his choice flour, Arvada Pride, was selected in a contest. The winner received a $25 cash prize. The flour mill was placed on the National Register of Historic Places through nomination by the Arvada Historical Society in 1975. The Tiller family donated the building to the society in 1977. After years of effort, the society opened the restored mill in 1980 as a museum. Year-round tours are given by the Arvada Historical Society by appointment. We are here at the Arvada Water Tower, built October 12, 1910, considered Celebration Day. It was in operation until 1975, and they put a level on it so the town could see the level of their water. And I take it they had to keep water in it for the whole town for old Arvada. This is the first stoplight placed here at Wadsworth, Old Wadsworth, and Grandview Avenue in 1940. George Swadley came here to Arvada, and he started this first bank of Arvada in 1883 to 1886. He helped dig the Swadley ditches, the Wadsworth ditches, to bring water to what was then panning for gold, and then later Arvada was found to be rich in agriculture. So the ditches were used to water the crops. In 1876, Benjamin Wadsworth framed a one-room schoolhouse to seat 50, and then replaced the school to seat 125 in 1882, and used this until 1920. Then renovated to serve as Arvada Urban Renewal Project in 2001, a theater till the mid-1950s, and now it's called the Schoolhouse Kitchen Renovations. The railroad was put through Arvada in 1870. Benjamin Franklin Wadsworth and friend Louis Reno plotted this town in 1870. Population was about 100 people. They founded the first school, the first Grange number 4, which is where people would go to have community meetings. Wadsworth was born in 1827 in Avon Springs, New York. Many of the houses here are of the 1800s, early 1900s, and many are put on the Arvada Historical Society Foundation. This is the second schoolhouse here established in 1900. Of course, it looks much bigger now. It used to be 2 rooms. It was called the Arvada Grade School until 1920. Then it was renamed after Lawrence and Helen E. Lawrence, who was a first grade teacher here for 28 years. Here I'm at the Rising Church. It's the first church that Benjamin Franklin Wadsworth built here in 1870. This back part is the old church, and of course they built the newer addition in the front. The story of these windows goes like this. One day, a group of kids were running around and they threw a rock through the window. And as you can see, these windows have holes in them as well. Well, he wanted to fix the windows as soon as possible. So he boarded up the window as best he could. He jumped on his horse. He started traveling to Denver. And that's where you had to go buy your windows, your stained glass windows. Well, a dog ran out and bit his horse on the nose. And Wadsworth fell off his horse and hit his head. He fell into a coma and he later passed away.
Shame about all the broken windows, huh? 148.
St. Anne's Church has been here since 1920. They helped in the effort of World War II by doing war bonds, and then they helped the soldiers come home and acquire places to live and clothes and food. St. Anne's Church has been here since 1920. They helped in the effort of World War II by doing war bonds, and then they helped the soldiers come home and acquire places to live and clothes and food.